I heard my mother's voice through the phone, clear as day. "We just don't have room this year. Hannah will understand." I was standing in the hallway, holding a bag of groceries I'd bought for Christmas dinner. My younger sister Bridget walked past, smirking. "Guess you got the message." And that's when I realized I'd been erased from my own family's Christmas. My name is Hannah Lewis. I'm 26 years old. I work as a teacher's aide at an elementary school across town. I don't make a lot of money, but I love what I do. I love the kids. I love seeing them learn, grow, get excited about the smallest things. I've always been the quiet one in my family, the one who helps behind the scenes. I'm not flashy. I don't demand attention. I remember everyone's birthday. I bring the extra dish to dinner. I offer to help clean up. My younger sister Bridget, she just got engaged to a lawyer named Jonathan. My parents are obsessed with him. Obsessed with the image, the status, the idea that Bridget is moving up in the world. I wasn't wealthy, I wasn't glamorous, but I'd always been kind, dependable, present. I wasn't the golden child. I wasn't even the backup. I was just there, until I wasn't. If you've ever been left out during the holidays, drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from, because what happened next showed me exactly where I stood and where I didn't. This Christmas was supposed to be different. I'd been planning something special for months, something that mattered, something my family knew nothing about. But first, I had to get through what they did to me. 3 days before Christmas, my phone rang. It was my mom. "Hannah, honey, I need to talk to you about Christmas dinner." I was folding laundry in my apartment, half listening. "What's up?" She hesitated. Then, "Bridget's fiancé's parents are joining us this year. We need to make a good impression. The table only seats 12 and, well, you understand." I stopped folding. "Understand what?" "It's just 1 year, sweetheart. Don't make this harder than it needs to be." My throat tightened. "But I always come. I bought gifts. We'll do something another time. Just the family." "I am family." Silence. Then she sighed like I was being difficult. "Hannah, please, don't be dramatic." I tried to keep my voice steady. "Can I at least stop by for dessert?" Another pause. "We'll see. I'll text you." She hung up. I stared at my phone. My hands were shaking. The text never came. Christmas Eve, I was scrolling through Instagram, trying to distract myself, trying not to feel the weight of being unwanted. Then I saw it. A photo. My entire family, dressed up, holding champagne glasses. Bridget in the center, showing off her engagement ring. My mom and dad beaming. Cousins, aunts, uncles, everyone. I counted the seats at the table. 14. They said the table only seated 12. There was plenty of room. They didn't want me there. Scrolled to the comments. My cousin Ashley had written, "Perfect family. So glad we kept it classy this year." Classy. I knew exactly what that meant. I wasn't classy enough. I wasn't successful enough. I wasn't worth the seat. I set my phone down and cried. But the betrayal didn't stop there. The next day, I texted my sister. "Why didn't you say something?" She didn't reply for hours. Finally, late that night. "Mom thought it would be awkward. You wouldn't have fit in with Jonathan's family anyway." I read it 3 times. My own sister. My own blood. She agreed with it. She thought I wouldn't fit in. I didn't respond. What could I even say? 2 days after Christmas, I met my Aunt Linda for coffee. I thought maybe she'd be different. Maybe she'd at least acknowledge how messed up it all was. She didn't. She stirred her latte and sighed. "Honestly, honey, your mom was just trying to protect you." "Protect me? You know how you are. Still working that little school job. No boyfriend. No real prospects. Bridget's moving up in the world. I felt like I'd been slapped. Maybe next year, she added, if you've got something to show for yourself. I left that coffee shop shaking, not with sadness this time, with anger, because it wasn't over yet. 2 days later, my mom called again. Hannah, I need a favor. No apology, no acknowledgement of what had happened, just, I need a favor. What is it? Bridget's fiancé's nephew needs a sitter on New Year's Eve. You're so good with kids, and we need someone reliable. You're free, right? I couldn't believe it. Good enough to babysit. Not good enough to sit at the table. I can't, I said. What? I have plans. Since when? Since now. She scoffed. When did you become so selfish, Hannah? I hung up. And that's when something inside me shifted. I'd been the emotional labor, the backup plan, the convenience. But I was done shrinking myself to fit their idea of who I should be. Because what they didn't know, what they never thought to ask, was that I'd been spending my evenings somewhere that actually mattered. For the past 8 months, I'd been volunteering at a community center in a lower-income neighborhood. I started an after-school program for kids who couldn't afford Christmas gifts for their families. We made handmade ornaments, cards, little crafts full of love and effort. I also coordinated with local businesses to sponsor a free Christmas dinner. A real one, for 150 families who otherwise wouldn't have had anything. The event happened on Christmas Day. While my family was toasting champagne and keeping things classy, I was serving mashed potatoes to single moms and playing with kids who lit up over a candy cane. A local news station showed up. They interviewed me. I downplayed my role. I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because it mattered. I had no idea that one little interview would change everything. My coworker and best friend, Denise, texted me the day after Christmas. You didn't tell me it was that big. She'd seen the news segment. She was proud, furious on my behalf when I told her what my family had done. Let them see it, she said. Let them all see what you've been doing while they were worried about impressing some lawyer's parents. I didn't want to rub it in anyone's face. That wasn't who I was. But Denise sent me a link a few days later. The news segment had gone semi-viral locally. People were sharing it, praising it, thanking me. A parent from school recognized me at the grocery store and hugged me. You have no idea what that dinner meant to my sister's family. Thank you. I realized something then. My work had reached real people, people who cared, people who saw me, and I was done waiting for my family's approval. Then the family group chat lit up. Bridget's engagement party, planning, decor, guest lists. I'd been added back to the chat. No apology, no explanation. Just, Hannah, you be great at decorating. You're so crafty. Can you help with setup? I didn't respond. Denise called me that night. Are you going? I don't know. Go, she said. Not for them. For you. Show up as yourself. Let them see who you really are. So I did. I decided to attend Bridget's engagement party. And I brought a gift. The party was at my parents' house. Same dining room. Same table that didn't have room for me. I walked in wearing a simple dress. Nothing fancy. Just me. My mother spotted me immediately. She pulled me aside, all smiles. I'm glad you're here. We were worried you were being dramatic. I stayed calm. I wasn't being dramatic. I was hurt. She waved a hand. You're too sensitive, Hannah. Before I could respond, someone called my name. I turned. It was Mrs. Peterson, Jonathan's mother. She was staring at me, eyes wide. Wait, are you the woman from the news? The one who organized that beautiful Christmas dinner for the community? The room went quiet. I felt every pair of eyes on me. Yes, I said. I volunteer at the center. Mrs. Peterson's face lit up. That was incredible. My book club donated. We were so moved by what you did. Bridget stepped forward, confused. What news? Mrs. Peterson pulled out her phone and played the video. My family gathered around, watching. There I was, on screen, surrounded by kids and families, smiling, glowing, serving food, handing out gifts. The reporter's voice. Local Teachers Aid organizes Christmas miracle for 150 families. My mother's face went pale. I didn't know you were doing all that. I looked at her, steady, calm. You never asked. Bridget stammered. Hannah, I handed her the wrapped box I'd brought. She opened it slowly. Inside was a handmade ornament. One of the kids at the center had made it. A little angel, painted gold, with a note tied to it. Bridget read it aloud, her voice shaking. To Hannah's family, thank you for sharing her with us. She's a gift. Silence. I took a breath. I wasn't too busy for Christmas. I just spent it somewhere I was actually wanted. My mom tried to recover. We would have supported you if... I interrupted. Gently, but firm. You didn't even ask what I was doing. You just decided I wasn't worth a seat. I walked toward the door. Denise was waiting outside. I didn't storm out. I didn't slam anything. I just left. In peace. 2 days later, my mom called. Her voice was stiff, awkward. I'm sorry, Hannah, I didn't realize... I let her finish. Then I said, I accept your apology, but I'm not going to keep showing up just to be ignored. She didn't argue. Bridget texted separately. Her message was longer, more sincere. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much we hurt you. I should have said something. I should have stood up for you. I replied, thank you. I appreciate that. But I didn't rush back into the old dynamic. I didn't pretend everything was fine. I kept volunteering. The community center asked me to coordinate more events. I said yes. I kept showing up for the kids, for the families, for the work that made me feel alive. And I realized something I'd never understood before. I didn't need my family's validation. I had purpose. I had connection. I had respect from people who actually saw me. For the first time, I understood that being left out of their table made room for me at one that actually mattered. If this story hit home, subscribe and share your own experience below. I read them all. Have you ever been excluded by the people who were supposed to love you most? Tell me in the comments. Where are you watching from? I want to hear your story. You don't need a seat at every table. Sometimes the best thing they can do is show you where you don't belong, so you can find where you do.